Hey, good evening, everyone. Let's do one more web update for you before the 11 o'clock news tonight, which I have to start getting ready for before too much longer here. As we've continued to look at all the data, the radar, the temperature profiles of the atmosphere, it's important what's going on at the ground as far as the temperatures, but it's also important what's going on a couple of hundred or a couple of thousand feet above our heads. And as that information has become a little more obvious this evening, we've continued to make some tweaks, and I'll show you those in just a second. It's a great time to download the 21 Storm Tracker weather app. This has the interactive radar on it. It has our 7-day forecast, hourly forecasts, including an hour-by-hour breakdown from now until the storm exits tomorrow. Links to my weather blogs and all the videos like this one appear on the weather app. I think you're really going to like it if you haven't tried it out just yet. If you're an Apple user or an Android user, you can find this app in your app store. So check out the 21 Storm Tracker app. All right, a couple of live looks outside here. It is 9:50 p.m. It is snowing in Columbiana. Although along the traffic circle here, it looks slick, but we don't have a huge accumulation by any stretch of the imagination just yet. Up in Niles, kind of a similar scene. 422 starting to get covered and slick. Thankfully, traffic is pretty light at this late evening hour, and everything's going to go downhill from here, that is for sure. Here's a look at the radar just before 10 o'clock. Light to moderate snow covering just about the entire area. Now, despite the predominance of blue here, there is some mixed precipitation trying to occur as expected. Southeast of Youngstown, primarily some freezing rain, some sleet, some wet snow, a little bit of everything down there. But again, for the most part, this is snow that is falling across our viewing area. Zoom out and take a look at a broader view of things here. Our storm is pushing up out of the deep south like this. A lot of moisture being dragged north, a very, very saturated column of air from the ground all the way up to about the height that airplanes fly. That's the humidity from down here to up there is about 100%. That's pretty impressive, and that goes to show you there's a lot of moisture to wring out of the atmosphere. That's what will happen overnight. Here's our high-resolution futurecast showing the precipitation continuing. Where you see the yellow shades, this is where there could be some mixing. Again, from maybe Newcastle to East Liverpool. The rest of us just wet, heavy snow. By 8:30 in the morning, still snowing, although from west to east it is going to start letting up as we go deeper into the morning and into the afternoon. I think, again, from west to east, we're going to start to see things clear out, and temperatures will get above freezing, and road crews can really catch up tomorrow afternoon. Again, with all the new data, we've continued making some subtle tweaks to our snow map, kind of expanding the 8 to 12 area and shifting it a little farther to the east. So a lot of places are going to get 8 to 12 inches worth of heavy, wet, hard to shovel snow out of this. Amounts a little bit lower, southeastern part of our viewing area with the potential for some mixed precipitation. These totals are valid through about midday tomorrow. High impact, of course. Roads and travel, not recommended to be on the roads, certainly through tomorrow morning. I can't rule out, even though it's a small chance, I can't rule out some issues with isolated power outages because this is a heavy, wet snow. Could weigh down on some tree limbs and power lines. And, of course, as you're seeing if you're watching our station on TV or checking out our website or our apps, all sorts of school adjustments, and they'll continue pouring in for the rest of the night tonight and into tomorrow morning. WFMJ today starts at 4:30 a.m. They're going to have you covered from head to toe with information about the current conditions, school closings, everything else. Jess will be here. Andrew will be back in, and we will have several crews out on the roads, including Jasmine. She's going to be out telling you about the conditions. Mention how heavy and wet the snow is. Usually, or on average, I should say, a snow to liquid ratio is typically 10 or 12 to 1. In the drier snow, like we had a few days ago, in those snow showers and whiteouts, those ratios are more like 20 to 30 to 1. And that's the kind of snow that you can't really make a snowball with. This is very wet and heavy. You can make great snowballs with this, but it's a pain to shovel. If you have any sort of health issues or know someone that does, make sure you're not shoveling this if you don't absolutely have to, because this is unfortunately the kind of snow that can lead to some heart attacks for people who should not be out shoveling. It is that heavy and hard to move around. Very moisture laden. All right, coming up on 21 News at 11, full updates right at the top of the show. I'm going to be the lead story. We're going to have 3.5 minutes of weather right around 11:15. Radars and the snow map and everything else that's going on. That'll be on the news tonight. More updates coming on social media as well.